Go Jackers.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Rec Talk. So, a lot of cool things happening. We had a special edition of the Georgia Tech live show last night with CDogg, Bryce, Koon, and I, and it was a ton of fun. I haven't had that much fun in a long time. Bryce Koon broke some news about himself and what he's got going on. Not for me to say, go watch the show if you want to find out. And we got to see a little bit more relaxed version of Bryce. I felt like the Joker in The Dark Knight. And he was like Batman. Introduce a little anarchy and everything becomes chaos, Bryce. I'm an agent of chaos. So, again, ton of fun.
Can I just say this? Mm-hmm. I had no idea that we were I walked into a live show.
Oh, you did?
I thought you guys had waited for me, and so
no, we're absolutely live right now.
So now I have these people DMing me like, dude, you're just talking so casual, and I was like, oh, sorry. Here we go. No, so I had no clue, no idea. But no, I guess we're good now. I guess we're good.
I didn't mean to ambush you, man. I didn't mean
man, that could have gone horribly.
Yeah. That really could have gone bad. Really could have gone bad.
Wow. We're on our way to 1,000 subs on the channel, and I've decided what I'm going to do when we hit 1,000. We're at like 677 at the moment. Once we get to 1,000, I will release a video, and this is totally true. I did this, of me being a guest referee for a midget wrestling match in Loganville, Georgia. So we hit 1,000. I'm going to release that video for everyone to see. There's a PayPal link in the description if you want to support the channel. Let's get into it. So, early signing period was yesterday. We covered it on the live show somewhat. There's not really a ton to talk about, though, which is why that live show kind of went off the rails for a good bit. Basically, everyone who was a hard commit, I think -1, signed with us. There are some kids to be excited about. It's all 3 and 2 stars. The really cool thing is we signed every transfer. So Haynes King signed, Chase Lane, Andre White, Braylon Oliver. All of those guys signed. Now, I don't think Chase Lane's coming until the summer of next year, so he won't be here for spring. Both him and Haynes King are both finishing degrees, though. So that'll be, that's a cool thing. So they'll both be pursuing, I guess, master's degrees at Georgia Tech. Cool stuff. People that popped off to me, like I'm really excited to see Shamik Jones, and we signed 9 players that were on the O and D line. I think we signed 5 offensive linemen and 4 defensive linemen. And I don't think there's a kid we signed that's shorter than 6'4". So it looks like we're really targeting, trying to get taller, bigger, stronger on the O and D line. So we're gonna need to replace Keon White, and we're gonna need to have kind of the next men up to develop on the O line. Now, was it Gabriel Fortson was the highest rated kid on the board we signed. He's a center. I think that was it Patrick Screws. There's a Cloy kid. Just a lot of height that we signed, and we're gonna have to beef those kids up a little bit. We signed a lot of speed at wide receiver. So we signed Zion Taylor, the kid out of Brookwood, Dobson. We signed one that was one of the surprises, Eric Singleton Jr., and obviously Chase Lane. So all of those kids have speed, particularly the 3 recruits we signed. And it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out and the type of offense we run. In the conference that Key gave during early signing period, he said, hey, receivers don't just want to block. They want to get the ball. They want to stretch you sideline to sideline and vertically. And the cool thing about that is when you have a lot of speed at receiver and there's always that deep threat, once the defense has been burned a time or two on the fly route there on the 9, they start playing on their heels. So they're already trying to backpedal, and what that does is it opens up a lot of underneath stuff where you can catch and have a little space to get some yards after catch. So your slants, your digs, your ends, your stops, all that becomes a lot easier to throw. So, and it was asked on the live show, I am working on breaking down film from Haynes King. Again, it's tough usually when you look at someone's highlight tapes, they're kind of zoomed in on him. It would be nice to have a wide kind of box view where I can see what coverage the defense is in and what decisions he made and whether that was correct, but we are working on that. What else? So we did not sign Jamarius Haynes. If you watch my preview video, he was the one I was kind of most intrigued with. Reminded me a lot of like Jonathan Dwyer. Really tough kid to get down. Ends up going to Clemson. Evidently that was an NIL thing. He got some money thrown at him and went up there, which, by the way, did anyone see Dabo Sweeney's talking about, we've always done name, image, and likeness. It's in God's name, image, and likeness. Now, again, I will never begrudge someone for whatever they believe. That's fine. But it did come off fairly corny. And what he's trying to do is obfuscate from the fact he said he would quit coaching if NIL ever became a thing, if they ever paid players. So he's, I guess you could call him super traditionalist. It just came off kind of weird and forced and kind of like he was trying to pull the old rope-a-dope on you. So I guess he is adapting. He has some. Dabo feels like if you don't sign with Clemson out of high school, he doesn't want you. You're not committed to the program. I imagine he's going to have to relax his position on those things if he wants to remain being at the top level of college football as Clemson has been. So I don't know. It was just weird. It set a little weird with me. Now, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Miami, as much as I dislike them, all had huge days. Oregon also had a really huge day yesterday in the early signing period. I mean, I think Alabama signed 6 5-stars. I think this might be the best and highest rated class they've ever had. And they've had some really good classes in the past. So, I just want like 1 5-star. That'd be great. That, isn't. We've had, I think, a few that transferred in. Like, I think A.J. Suggs was a 5-star back in the day. Antonius Clayton didn't end up working out. But anyways, so we'll see how it pans out. Again, my opinion is we did as well as we possibly could have, kind of given the circumstances surrounding Key being named head coach and where we had come from. We didn't really lose any. We didn't lose any hard commits. We signed everyone we thought we would sign. So we'll see. I would imagine, Haynes King is probably the guy moving forward, and he does have kind of an odd throwing motion. He kind of, he holds the ball high, and he has like a hitch in his motion. So when he goes to throw, he already has it high, but then he like pulls it back and then throws. What you really like to see in a quarterback's throwing motion is that it's quick and he gets the ball out quick. So no matter where you hold it, even if it's low, you just take it up from there. You don't need to, if it's low, you don't need to come up high and add another thing. So it's interesting when you try and work with a quarterback's throwing motion. It's kind of like tweaking your golf swing. It can go really bad. But I have confidence in Faulkner and Winky that they can kind of work that out and get him playing the level of football that he's, capable of playing. So, again, I mean, not a ton to report. And look, I think right now where we are, we have to find these diamonds in the rough, kind of 3 stars, and they're out there, man, and they're gold. Like, there's been a ton of 2 and 3 star kids. Like, I think Shaq Mason was a 2 star, maybe he was a 3 star, has a Super Bowl ring now. Clayton Powell Lee, absolute ball hawk gamer, 3 star out of Westlake. So just because this class was 57 doesn't mean that, we can't be successful and we can't compete next year, So we'll see how that goes. I'm tossing around, we're going to do a rec talk live show soon. It's just the holidays are coming up. And I kind of need to guinea pig a show and make sure I know how to do it. We might just do like an AMA, maybe Monday, day after Christmas, and just you can ask me anything. We'll go through it. We'll go through comments maybe of the past and see where we're going. By the way, I have seen some people got a little jelly over old Rec Talk's box of cigars, and that's fine. I think Kirby's Visor had something to say about it on the midday show. Let me tell you something about visors too, since it's his name. Visors are the Jeff Collins of headgear. I'm just gonna be straight honest with you. So y'all have a good day.